This week on the Flying Marmot, a machine comes to life.
My system does not want to focus on leftover laser pips. There we've got the bits that are still nice and covered. Okay, my focus. There we go. So they come out covered in that stuff, these laser cut bits, but once they're cleaned off, looking fancy. Probably should have taken off the protective plastic before I did the cut though. That stuff on the side that was cut is black and kind of toxic. A little oversized right now. I'm going to be cutting these ribs down, and I haven't added the scissor lift yet, but it's got a pretty decent breathing motion going on. But of course, like I said, a little oversized, so we'll see once I cut these down how everything looks. Hey there, Marmoteers. More life lessons from the fabrication world. Let's see. Good lessons to learn. So, Loctite or thread lockers of any sort don't work really well on tiny machine screws. There just isn't enough surface area. And when you get into the range of dozens, those little friction-based locking washers have a lot of resistance when they're all combined. But we've managed to do something that gets our scissor lift up and running. So, the problem now is that this hose is a little too stiff. Let's see if we can get this to work with my two hands while I'm showing it off. So we're open, and that's about as closed as I can force it. So not much motion. Now, if I really accordion the thing, it works well. But the resistance we're facing now is that these ribs don't actually want to be squished this small. So either I'm going to have to add some sort of motion for the motor to do the squishing this way, which does breathe it properly, or I'm going to have to come up with a different choice for the ribs. I guess third would be to figure out a way to get the bend radius on these down a little. Maybe a heat gun? I'm not sure. We'll see if I have any further updates this week. Right, I thought I should show when it's not forced on. We actually get a good amount of scissor motion, but you'll notice that in the front, they don't quite get as horizontal as they do in the back. So in the back, we've got a nice solid motion, but there's enough slop in the scissor lift that these front tabs don't get all the way up every motion. Still, pretty good overall. Just have to figure out what to do with those ribs. This might, just might, work. Sort of. We need a mount. We definitely need a mount for this thing. This week's bread is a vanilla honey loaf. Definitely 5 stars. That's why there's so much eaten. We sort of just decided to have that with a little butter on for lunch. It's good stuff. It's soft, it's sweet, it's got that nice vanilla aftertaste. I'm going to have to try it as a donut and a bagel, because as you know, Year of Bread, we're doing a different bread every week, but I think a honey vanilla bagel is different from a honey vanilla loaf, as are donuts. So I feel justified. There we go. We have motion. It comes in and out. And we've got that. So right now, it is all muscle and no brain, but I think I might just have a shot at getting this wired into something and looking vaguely creaturey by the time the Comic Expo rolls around. Wish me luck, Marmoteers.
Next week on the Flying Marmot, some sort of exposition.